There's something about an Indian tour of Australia that just gets your hair standing up a little bit, you hold your breath a little bit because you know something's going to happen. Over the years, something always has. But there's one major change I'm noticing this time. You know, I remember I've been to Australia so many times. Every time I went there, the whole nation was arrayed against you. And there were people saying, you guys are hopeless. Australia's going to win 5-0. We're going to smash you. And what am I hearing this year? Oh dear, no, Virat Kohli. He's the best batsman in the world. Oh, what a lovely human being. Oh, we'd like to adopt his son. But even without Virat Kohli, Pujara's a very good player and Rahane is a good player. They're a lovely white ball side. Bumrah's a fantastic bowler. We must tire him out. Is this Australia? I just wonder whether these are marketing requirements or the world is changing, but it's a very, very different environment that India are going into. Let's say that for a start. For a second, I'm glad that it's a full buffet of cricket matches and not just white ball. I mean, by the time you finish quarantine, get the jet lag out, play 6 games in 12 days, the tour is over, there's no fun. So I'm glad about that. So let's start with the white ball games. The first thing that strikes you about the white ball games is no Rohit Sharma. He's been a giant, a colossus, and he loves playing in Australia. He plays the pull shot, which you have to on those large boundaries against the Aussie quicks. His record since 2013 is second to none. He's been an awesome player, and India are going to miss Rohit Sharma. There's no doubt about it. But luckily, up at the top of the order, India are reasonably well stacked. Shikhar Dhawan is in good form. Mayank Agarwal is in excellent form. KL Rahul can open the batting if possible. So at least there are replacements over there. But India haven't played one-day international cricket for a long time. When was the last time India took a field? 290 days after playing a one-day international. They've played a lot of T20 cricket, so I think just innings building will be a bit of a factor. You're not just going out there saying, oops, I've played 20 balls now, let me get a move on. So that's one thing to look forward to. But just to compare the two sides, I've picked a potential India one-day side, a potential Australia one-day side, and then let's do a little comparison. So I've got Shikhar Dhawan opening the batting with Mayank Agarwal, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, then I've got KL Rahul as my keeper and Hardik Pandya. That's the top 6. The first thing that strikes you about the top 6 is it's a very good top 6, as good as any in the world, but no bowling. At least it's got a wicket keeper in the top 6 already. If you've noticed, I don't have Manish Pandey in that side. You could either play Manish Pandey as a specialist batsman instead of Hardik Pandya, or have KL Rahul open the batting instead of Mayank Agarwal, play Manish Pandey in that position. There's a flexibility and there's quality flexibility. Then I've got Jadeja at 7. He's the only bowler who bats. That's how it's been for a long time. Then Bumrah, Shami, Saini and Chahal. 5 bowlers, no 6th bowling option, but then that's how it is. You can't have everything. The disadvantage of not having batting below Jadeja is that it might make the top order a little more conservative. Maybe at the 35 over mark, you want to have lost no more than 3 wickets and then go for a big Yahoo finish at the end. So that's one of the possibilities with the balance of that side. That is an area that Australia have a little bit of a plus over. I think the top 6 are fairly evenly matched with Warner and Finch. Finch in Australia becomes the player we don't get to see in the IPL. So Warner, Finch, then you've got Smith. Labuskaghni's come back really well and starting well in one-day cricket. And then you've got Alex Carey at 5. Then the big strength for them. Stoinis at 6, Maxwell at 7. You've got your keeper out of the way. You've got 2 bowlers to deliver those 10 overs in between. Then depends on how you want to go about it. Either you play Ashton Agar or Sean Abbott, both of whom are proper bowling all-rounders. And then you've got either 3 seamers or 2 seamers and Zampa. The difference is it's a better balanced side. They've got more bowling options, but India's 5 bowlers in this format are all right. So I'm saying that the one-dayers evenly matched. They could go either way. The other thing that strikes you between these two sides is there's no recent form to go by in one-day international cricket. I know Australia went and played 3 games, but really that was just having a sip of water in the middle of the desert, nothing before, nothing after. So you can't read too much with what Australia did there in England. So not much current form to go by, and you can only project based on what you've seen in T20 cricket. Maybe just a little plus for India, because India just like playing that longer format of the game rather than the more explosive short form, which brings me to T20. I wouldn't make too many changes from this. I'd probably just have Sanju Samson coming in to the side, KL Rahul going up to open the batting in place of Mayank Agarwal, but that is only for the first game. I think after the first game, we must now start thinking about the test matches. Let Kohli be, because Kohli will play one of the warm-up games, but I like Mayank Agarwal to go away, Ravindra Jadeja to go away, Bumrah to go away, because Saini can come back in, Natarajan can come back in, Jadeja goes, Washington Sundar can come back in. So that's the way I would look at it, because you need 2 warm-up games before a test series in Australia. So I'd look on those 3 T20 games as the filler, as the sandwich between the one-days and the test matches, and try and get Virat Kohli to play all 3 as captain, but a lot of the other changes because players go away to play the warm-up games and get ready for the test matches. So that's what I'm looking forward to in Australia. The starters with white ball, then a pink ball, then a red ball. It's going to be a fabulous tour, and I can't wait for the tour to start. And of course, the crowds will be back. Even if 50% of the seats are sold, 40% of the seats are sold, irrespective of that, every single seat will be taken. The Indians in Australia would have been waiting there with their buttons on the buy button. They'll enter the credit card details, everything, buy, because they will be there in numbers. Australia are excited. They've gone through a lockdown as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing crowds in the stadiums again.